If I could just piggyback on that quickly to just sort of give people an understanding of how like cults are structured, because I'm imagining someone hearing this, like maybe a counselor themselves and thinking like, I'm not in a cult, like that kind of thing. But the way cults typically operate is that you have like an outer and an inner cult. So, you know, maybe the more academic level or like the higher up kind of thing would be the inner cult, where they understand the language, they understand, you know, what's in like the academic literature, for example. And then it's just sort of filtered out into like vague language like social justice or you know, empowerment, like that kind of thing, like filtered out to this outer cult who is more inducted in like a social emotional way rather than like a doctrinal way. So like they're like in the vibe, you know. And I think a lot of people in counseling kind of understand like they're like a vibe or an attitude that you're supposed to just sort of have. I actually have something quickly from the 2024 K-CREP standards. They call it a professional disposition. And so this is kind of how it's enforced in this sort of social emotional rather than doctrinal way, where it's the commitments, characteristics, values, beliefs, and behaviors that influence a counselor's professional growth in interactions with clients, faculty, supervisors, and peers, including working in a diverse, multicultural, and global society with marginalized populations. So they just kind of like, you know, create basically social emotional standards and like a social emotional way of kind of entering this quote unquote cult. And I think cult is like the correct term to be applying here. But I just wanted to clarify that because I can understand if people think that they don't have any idea about any of this background or the details, that it could still, like, it still operates in this kind of way.